Hey there, everyone. So this is episode 52 of Relentless Talk Radio. This is segment 1, and it's the Relentless Food for Thought segment. So today we're talking about being an original, everyone else is taken. And so the first thing I have to say is this is the first time I've recorded episodes, and then they'll be posted manually on Relentless Talk Radio. I'm recording it on December 19th, and they will be shown to you on December 25th. I had hoped that I would be able to record the video and then post it live. But you know, I love Relentless Talk Radio because I get to learn on the fly all the time. And what I learned today is that you actually can't record something and then post it live later. It's actually against Facebook policy. And you think about it, it actually makes sense, right? Because people can really abuse the live component. I'm sure the criminal mind could do all kinds of wacky things with that, right? So I recorded these episodes in BeLive, and they will be shown on December 24th. It's when you're watching them right now. So if you're watching, Merry Christmas. It's Christmas Eve, wherever you are. I hope that if you were traveling, you got there safe. And that if you're with family, that you're enjoying them completely. If you're on your own today, I hope you get out and do something fun for yourself, and maybe go, help someone else. There's lots of people that are homeless today that could love to have you show up at a food kitchen and help serve a meal. So if you're on your own, reach out and be of service, or reach out and just ask someone else how their day is going, and hopefully you have a better day. So Merry Christmas, everybody. The topic today is being original. Everyone else is taken. And so I really picked that topic today kind of after I spoke with Scott Warren. Scott Warren's on segment 3 today. He has a company called Heights Apparel. And after talking with him, knowing Deanna Evans, because she's a good friend of mine and a fellow yoga teacher, I chose the topic, being original, everyone else is taken. And that's really kind of my theme going into 2020, but it's really been my theme right along. If you are pretending to be someone else and not being authentic, then that's not really living, is it? I mean, I think that all of us have to make a decision that they're going to be themselves all the time. And, maybe you're not quite sure who yourself is yet. You got to bump along and it's messy. Okay, be messy. Dig around. Figure it out. I love what Scott Warren had to say today about make it happen. So if you listen in later, you're going to listen to him tell me a story about it. It's interesting because usually I don't have hindsight in the first episode, but Scott was telling me about how, no matter what, he makes it happen. So listen to the tail end of the interview. It's the last thing that we talk about today in segment 3. I just think that, pretending to be someone you're not is not life. You have to show up in life as you are, who you are. So, maybe you're quiet, maybe you're outgoing, maybe you're entrepreneurial, maybe you're an employee, maybe you're, vivacious, maybe you're quiet. Whatever you are, just be who you are, and build a life around what makes you happy as opposed to what makes other people happy, right? So I just love Deanna because she's one of those bubbly people that no matter when you see her, she got a huge smile on her face, and she rocks and she bounces and she has lots of big hand motions, and I just love that about her. And I would hate for her to downsize herself to make me feel comfortable or anybody else feel comfortable, because we'd miss out on that genuine nature of who she is. I love that, my partner is a tattooed, muscular motorcycle guy. I wouldn't want him to change one thing about himself because he's an original. There's nobody like Doc. He's totally himself. And, there's nobody like you. You were put on this planet to be 120% you. There's only one you. There's only one me. Only you can bring to the table, to the world, the gifts that you are uniquely gifted with. If you hide that being somebody else, then you're basically gypping the world of the gifts that God gave you. Now, I don't know, maybe you don't believe in God. I believe in God. It just happens to be my thing. But, the sun goes up and it goes down. Right now, the sun is setting and the light's a little different in the studio today because I'm recording this at about 5:10. I usually record at 2:30. The other episodes were earlier on today, so there was more light in my studio and less light on the wall, right? I leave my studio the way it is. I've thought about changing the lighting, and I might do that eventually, but this is how I live my life. I have a small studio in North Phoenix, and I show up authentically every day. And that's what I want you to do this year. If you've been, wanting to start a business, or you've been wanting to leave a job or leave something that's no longer serving you, fill in the blank, because it doesn't fit your original self and you can't bring your gifts to it, then what's the point of living? There's no point. The reason to be here on this earth is to be uniquely you and to bring the gifts that God gave you to the world and to manifest whatever amazing thing that it is that you're meant to manifest. And it's not easy, and it's messy. I mean, every week I come on Relentless Talk Radio and I think to myself, wow, that didn't go well, or this got messed up. BeLive is a new application for me. It's not a perfect science. The internet connection can be off. The BeLive can be going through something funky. And I've just decided to show people that you can roll with anything. And BeLive 99.9% of the time works great, but every once in a while it doesn't. So this is my food for thought this holiday season. Is there something inside of you that you haven't let out yet? And you just need to let it out. You just need to make a plan to let it out so that the world can see the true you, the true original you. So you can authentically show up. And this time next year, when I have the Christmas Eve broadcast next year, come back and tell me what happened. What happened in your life where you let that original person out? Because come see me regularly throughout the year and tell me what's happening. I just love it when I get comments on Relentless Talk Radio. So this is going to be a short little broadcast. Deanna will be coming on next talking about yoga and Reiki and about originality. And then after that, Scott Warren will be talking about his apparel line. This year, I'm super excited because I have a lineup of people. The fourth Tuesday will always be a fabric fashion designer. The second Tuesday will always be a fellow health and wellness fitness professional that's growing their business, Isogenics. Rotating once a month, we'll have a Venvana business that's going to come on and talk about what they do for work, how they utilize Venvana, and how the barter system is a really great way to do business. And then in between there'll be some trainers, both folks that have come on last year, they'll be revisiting, and there'll be some new health and wellness professionals coming on board to give you some great advice as far as health and wellness, but mostly to share about their business and to give you some insight into who they are as business people. And then I'll have on First Tuesday, I'll have a First Friday artist on talking about art. I'm really wanting to support the Phoenix First Friday effort and Art Link this year. So I'm looking for 12 artists right now and putting them in place that will be speaking throughout the year so that we can support the arts community in Phoenix and also in Scottsdale. I'm sure I'll be including some Scottsdale artists as well. And the rest of those are going to be little entrepreneurs weaved throughout the rest of the year. And then on the third Tuesday will be Mastermind Tuesday. I'm getting together with 5 other women this year, and we're forming a mastermind, and we're going to share with you some of the epiphanies that we've had throughout the year. All of these women are highly driven, type A, strong women, my equals, and or above, okay? Because if you find yourself being the smartest and the strongest and the most accomplished in a room, then you're in the wrong room. So I'm choosing 5 women this year that are more accomplished than me, that are stronger, just as strong, just as driven, and we are putting together a mastermind to help each other reach our goals this year. And we'll be talking about the lessons that we're learning through that process. So Tuesday will be kind of like a view format where the entire hour is going to be the 6 of us discussing. Now, some of us, on occasion won't be able to make it Tuesday, and maybe there'll be 3 or 2 or 4 different couplings of us, but there will always be a maximum of 6 women talking and sharing with you how we're getting to our goals this year. I have some pretty lofty goals this year. I hope that you do too. I'm looking forward to hitting every single one of them. I'm doing a fitness competition this year. This year also what I'll be doing is taking every month, taking the interviews And the topics on Relentless Talk Radio, they'll be inspiring one painting. And this time next year will be the Relentless series art opening. And I'm choosing that gallery or space now to do that opening. So that's my story, guys, and I'm sticking to it. Tune in next. Hang on for a second. I'll be back with Deanna Evans, and I hope that you guys are having a fantastic holiday, and we'll see you next week. Take care.